What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Devil's Details Diecast. Today I was just digging through the fodder bin and came across this 1953 Cadillac dub from Jada Toys. Missing its wheels, as a lot of these dubs are, because I use them for other builds. And didn't really have much in the way of ideas for it, nor did I have any really cool tires for it. And I was watching a music video the other day, and yes, I still watch videos sometimes on YouTube, and I saw a cool, I guess you'd call it a field find Cadillac in the background of the video that was not a total rust bucket, but had all the appropriate rust and weathering in all the appropriate places. And I said, hey, I got a Cadillac with no wheels and not really much of an idea for it, so here we are. So I grabbed this out of the parts box, and as much as I love it as it is, as with most of my castings, I already love them before I strip them and take them apart. I figured I would go ahead and get this in the stripper and make it not beautiful. So we're just going to go ahead and take all off this beautiful sparkly orange paint. Throw on these Hot Wheels wheels. De-chrome it. De-dub it. And make it basically like kind of a field find, or maybe a junkyard find, but still operational. Something that could still be driven, but it'll have you know, some mismatched panels and some fading and some rust, but not overkill. Again, just kind of something to practice more of my weathering techniques on, and something fun, and something to add to my videos. So hope you enjoy it. Here we go. So I did something today that I never thought I would do, and that is use flat flesh on a casting. Doesn't show as good on camera, but believe me when I tell you, it's pretty much like flesh color. In real life. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm kind of experimenting. So what I did was I didn't primer it, I just sprayed it with the flat flesh. Oh, say that 10 times fast. And trying to get a good color, a good exposure here to kind of give you the best idea of the color. But in any event, I sprayed it with the flat flesh, and then I took my Dremel with the metal brush, wire brush, and I just chipped away at the spots that I thought would be the most heavily rusted in all the usual areas, you know, top of the fenders, front part of the roof, hood, of course the trunk end, around the wheels. This side's pretty, this side's pretty clear, so I'm thinking maybe that side wasn't as exposed. It's giving me shitty exposure, sorry guys. I'll try to darken it a little bit. So I figure this side maybe is not as exposed. So what I'm going to do here is experiment. I don't know if it's going to work. I have a clear orange from Tamiya that I'm going to spray over this. I already shot it with dull coat. What I was first going to do was just start coloring in all these bare spots with rust color and brown, but because of the look of it and, you know, the flat flesh color, I don't think anybody would have ever painted their car that. So I'm going to shoot it with some clear orange and see if that kind of brings it more of a brown color. I don't have like a clear brown or anything like that, so I'm going to try the clear orange and see what that looks like. That way there, all these rust spots that I dremeled out will still be visible under the clear, and then I could still layer on my rusting and any other different colors I might want. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot and see what that looks like. And if it looks like crap, I'll just throw it back in the stripper. If it looks good, I will show you the results of the clear orange, and then I'll get to weathering. So stick around for that. Alright, so here's the results after the clear orange, and I have to say I kind of love it. Let's get it up to the light here. It's kind of like a I don't know, I'd say maybe like a macaroni and cheese orange. This is going to get dulled way down, of course, once I start weathering. You know, I'm going to sand a little bit more down. I'm probably going to hit it with a white dry brush or a tan dry brush. But right now I'm loving the way it looks. So this is the flat flesh with the translucent orange, which is nice because it left all these great spots available to add my rusting to. And sometimes you just got to experiment and see where it ends up. You know, worst case scenario, you just strip it and start over. So it's not really anything bad you can do when you're doing these weathering. I mean, there is sometimes you can go a little overboard, but just experiment and see what comes out. And I think I'm really going to like the way this is going to turn out. So on to the weathering, and we'll show you an update. Stick around. Alright folks, we're back here with the Cadillac. You know, it's funny when you dechrome pieces to see what color is actually underneath. There we go. The back bumper was this red color. It's also funny that this dub sticker didn't come off. I soaked it in Simple Green for like 2 days, and the front bumper was black, which is pretty funny. Here is the car as it sits now. We have the shoes on it, just some white walls I had sitting around. And here's the windshield I purposely scuffed up. One, I had to take the dub off the back, and the back windshield was actually tinted, which I think plays well into the field find. I gotta glue it back because it won't stay in otherwise, but so it kind of looks like dirty tinted, and then I just scuffed up the front a little bit with some sandpaper to kind of give it that worn look. I might clear a little bit of this with the pledge, maybe not so worn, only because I don't want it to I mean, I still want it to kind of be a driver, and if it's scuffed too much, obviously, you know, they're not gonna be able to see out of it. So I may still give it a pass with pledge and then just dirty it up a little bit. And I went ahead and painted the interior black, kept the chrome steering wheel. So that's where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and just paint this black. I'm going to just repaint this black as well because there is still some, sorry for the focus there, there is some chrome leftover pieces, as you can see. So it's going to get these painted black so I can go ahead and dry brush some silver or chrome on those, and then we're going to get started on the task of weathering this one here. So stick around for that and we'll have our reveal. And if you remember, this is what we started with: a 1953 Cadillac Dub Series from Jada Toys in this pearlescent orange finish with no wheels, sparkly chrome, and a red interior. And this is what we came up with.